Mr. Dave,
Yo,
Big Brother Dave.
yo,
How are you?
I'm the greatest. How are you?
Always. You always are. I am doing amazing. I am fantastic. This is my team.
What's up, team?
Hi.
Hi.
Wait 1 second. I want to make sure
Yeah.
we're missing Megan. Sham, have you heard from Megan?
Yeah, let me just see. She should be free right now. Here, let me just drop her the link again.
Okay. Megan, that's the one you met, Dave. Dave, before we get started, I actually wanted to share with you. So Megan had a sale where they gave her that same objection of like wanting to wait and go through the program and like not having the money.
Uh-huh.
She said that she hit them with your line. I can't remember the exact line it was. Girls,
It's
does anybody remember?
unrelated.
What
Yes.
was it, Sydney?
Basically, if you're joining this to get the 5,000 back, that's not the good reason for you to join. Like you shouldn't join. The reasoning that you should in actually invest is to get to a place that you've never gone to before. So it was along the lines of that. That's what Megan used. Yeah.
And then
That's
what
what it
happened?
was. And then
She,
she picked it.
yeah, she basically,
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Sick.
So good.
how about
So
that?
good. Yeah. Hey, Dave. All the ladies get a hello this morning, but I don't, huh?
What's up, Arya? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. All right, guys. Well, look, let's go ahead and pop it off. This is Mr. Dave Robards. He's a sales and marketing manager at Cardone Training Technologies. Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you've been with Cardone for close to 10 years now. I know I've seen him on YouTube videos like 8 years ago. I also know I think he was the first sales guy at Cardone ever to make $1 million in a year. So basically 6 figures a month in commission. But yeah, he's here to pour into us. So I would highly recommend, guys, if there's any distractions around, eliminate them, focus in on Dave, and highly recommend you take some notes because Mr. Robards' time is not easy to get, and he's got a lot of game to give us today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys hopping on the call today. And it has been close to 10 years. It's actually been 12, which is close to 10. And so I'm originally from Reno, Nevada, small town on the West Coast. My dad was a truck driver for 7 Up. My mom was a dog groomer. We had 5 kids in my family, and the only thing my parents ever taught me about money was how to live paycheck to paycheck. Just by a show of hands, how many of you guys have ever lived paycheck to paycheck before? Like just barely getting by. All right. The reason I asked that is because I dropped out of high school when I was 16 years old. So I'm probably the least educated person on this call. But what I learned when I was 36 years old when I learned about Grant Cardone and I learned about daily training and putting discipline in and having targets and really what it not what it means to be successful, but what it would take to become successful. And I started training on sales training on Cardone University every single day when I turned 36 years old. My first year training on Cardone University, I had a 100% increase in my revenue for the first time ever. I'm just going to give you guys my story.
Wow.
100% increase in revenue, first time ever. And I never stopped training. I never stopped developing myself when that happened. My second year, I became a 1% earner in the country. No one in my entire family lineage, no one had ever done that before. And then I continued training. My third year, I started writing 6 figure checks for real estate investments. And you know, there's a big difference between earning 6 figures and having the ability to write 6 figure checks. And I just continued and continued. 3 years ago, I banked my first $1 million. I became a millionaire as a salesperson working for someone. I'm not a business owner, I'm an employee. And 2 years ago, Aria said I was the first salesperson to ever earn over $1 million in one single year. I did the same thing in 2025. So 2 years in a row. There's 6 figure killers, and then there's one 7 figure assassin. And then last year, I ended up multiplying my money in real estate and becoming a multimillionaire last year. And I'm not telling you that, guys, to brag. I'm telling you that because except for Aria and Alexis, I got the same job as everybody else. I've got a product, I've got a service, and I push it into the marketplace. It helps people, and people that want to be unstuck purchase from me, except that they've got these situations in their head called objections that are keeping them where they're at. Like Megan, they were just bragging about you that you used that word track that I gave you. Can you tell us from your point of view, what happened?
She wanted to go through the academy first before upselling into like the higher level program.
Yeah.
And I just used, yeah, like exactly, basically like word for word, the role play that we were going over. I even said to her, if you're just here to make your thousand or your $5,000 back, then maybe this isn't the right program for you. Like you're here to get the information to change your life. And I said, would you invest? Well, Sham always says to say this anyway, but would you invest 5,000 to make your 100,000 a year? Like, and she was like, yeah. And then I said, okay, so how do you want to do it? And then she kind of gave me like a little bit of the loop again. And then we just kind of kept, going over all that until she was like, all right, yeah, I'm ready to get started.
Bang. I love listening to successes because look, there's always three questions you got to ask yourself as a salesperson. It's number one is what makes my company so great? Number two is what makes my product or service so great? And then number three is what makes me so great? And it's not just what you do inside the office, it's what happens inside and outside of the office. So what I want to do today, instead of just going into some big long speech on you need to do this every day, what I'd rather do is the same thing that Megan and I did when we met up. She actually, it was Alexis. Alexis said, Dave, what happens when they say this? What do you say? Okay, you're the salesperson, you're having all this success, but my team needs to know what to say and they need to know how to say it. So what I was thinking, Alexis, as long as you're okay with this, is I wanted to open it up to some live role play and coaching for the team. What are you ladies running into on the phone? And then where do you have the biggest hurdles? And then let's just work it out. I think that would be the best use of the time today. What do you think?
I think that is perfect.
Let's role play. Who's first?
That's how Megan made money.
Who's got the courage to go first? Sydney, you moved your hair. Does that mean you're ready?
Yeah, I'll go first. Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So where
So
where where in the sales process are you running into the biggest barrier?
um, hmm. I would say, I guess there's a good option when I drop the price, they want to know straight about payment plans. Sometimes they will say, "Oh, do you have payment plans?" But obviously, if we're trying to get the PIF, like I kind of want to not lie and not say, "Oh, we don't have payment plans," but to kind of not make them always want to do a payment plan because sometimes they do actually have the cash. But obviously for them, it's just easier to do a payment plan, if that makes sense.
Okay. So what's the customer say? First off, what are you saying to the customer when you're ready to,
Um,
what are the words?
Yes. So the words that I say is okay. So for everything that we've gone over, and then I mentioned the product, the 12-week program, the Discord, etc., it's going to be a one-time investment of 5K. And then I do mention that because Alexis and I believe in this so much, Alexis wanted to make it a no-brainer for the right girls. So what we actually do is we give a 45-day satisfaction policy. So if you do the bare minimum and you're still not happy with us, you actually get a full refund. And then I go through the 4 points that they have to do, which is watching the full course. Number two, doing 50 outreaches. Number three, landing a client. Number four, doing that within the 30 days. As long as they do those four things and they're still not happy with us, they get a
Yeah.
full refund.
Okay.
And then I do also, if they've just hopped on a welcome call, Dave, what we do is we give them a 997 credit. So then instead of it being the 6K, you can actually use that credit. So it's only 5K and you get instant access to the job board and then I show
Got
up.
it. Okay, good. So I want to role play this.
Okay.
Alexis, you know how I feel about that full refund. We're going to role play this. We're going to role
Okay.
play this. Okay. And what's the objection that they give you?
I would say they normally go, yeah, like I would love to do it. It's just I feel like I would want to go through the course first and then get my feet wet
Got
first.
it.
Then I
Got it.
know that I can
Okay,
do it.
good. Feet wet. That's the exact thing I'm going to say to you. Okay.
Okay.
So I've already watched the webinar. I've seen everything. You've greeted me. You've found out what I want and need. You've done the demo. Give me the price and ask for the close. Ready, start.
Okay, so you want me to give the whole demo, everything, like
No, no,
the
no.
12
The demo's
things?
already been done. You've already greeted me. You've already found out what I want and need. You've already done the demo. We are now in the close. That's what we're going to role play. We're just going to roll this one piece. Ready, start.
Okay, so for everything that I talked about, it's going to be a one-time investment of 5K.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't ask them
So
to buy or anything?
no, so what we do is say it's a one-time investment of 5K, and then
And
I
then you
always wait
stop?
to see. Yeah, then I stop and see what they say.
Okay. So that's a flunk. I'm going to reverse it. And now you're going to be you're going to be the client. I'm going to be the salesperson. You tell me, I'm going to give you two different ways to do this. You tell me which way I have more control. Ready?
Okay.
Start. So it's going to be $5,000.
Okay.
Exactly. How do you feel right now when I say that? It's going to be 5 grand.
Yeah, it's kind of pushy.
Really? I'm not even asking you to do anything. I'm just telling you that it's a price. I'm creating
Mm,
awkwardness because I'm stopping expecting you to give me an objection.
I understand that, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to do it a different way.
Okay.
So it's $5,000. What card would you like to use?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What's the
Yeah.
difference? How do you feel different between the two?
It's more confident and there's more direction in the second one.
Yeah. When was the last time you went shopping for anything?
Um, I don't know, like maybe 4 days ago.
You bought your Dior bag 2 seconds
Oh,
ago.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I bought that. So
How much was it?
like four grand.
Okay. It's 4 grand. Did they
Mhm.
go, it's 4 grand and wait for an objection, or they go, $4,000, whether it be Visa, MasterCard, American Express?
And he went the second way.
Yeah. So why don't you ask it that way? Like you're selling Dior. You're selling a high value ticket, right?
Mm.
Dior is a high value ticket. Sell it the way Dior does. Or you could ask this. Everybody write this down. Everyone write this down. This is an amazing close because it's a close and a trial close put together. Sydney, it's $5,000. Have you seen enough to make a decision?
Okay.
Have you seen enough to make a decision?
Enough to...
Because the way you did it to me, and it's okay if I coach you, right?
Yes, of
I go
course.
into
Yeah.
the, okay.
Yes.
The way you did it to me is you didn't ask for a close. You just gave me information. That's like, you just gave me some information. It's red. It's pink. It's leather. It's $5,000.
Mm.
You're not closing me. You're not asking me to take action. That's the difference between selling and closing. If you guys know anything about basketball, selling would be like dribbling the basketball up the court. Closing is taking the shot. And a lot of closers, one of the reasons closers fail is because they don't ask for the close. Have you seen enough to make a decision? What card would you like to use? When do you want to start changing your life? Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it tomorrow? I'm good either way. But I'm asking them to take action because without that ask, I can't call myself a closer. I can call myself a presenter. I can call myself someone who gives information, but I can't call myself a closer. It's called the winner's exchange. So now I want you to ask, it's $5,000. Have you seen enough to make a decision? You are now the salesperson. We're going to review it, reverse it back. Ready, start.
Okay, so, and you want me to do it the same way that you've done it to me?
I want you to say it's $5,000. Have you seen enough to make a decision?
Okay. So, with everything that we talked about, for you to get access to everything, it's $5,000. So, have you seen enough to make a decision?
Ooh, I just need to get my feet wet with the $1,000.
Okay. I totally get that. So, what makes you say that?
Hold on. Hold on. Ask me it, like let's pretend you and I are in a relationship. I want you to ask me if you like what you're wearing. If I like what you're wearing.
Okay. So, Dave, do you like what I'm wearing?
Ooh, I get what you're saying. Do you think I'm in agreement with what you're wearing?
No.
No. Everybody write this down. Write this down. This is the number one rule of sales. Number one rule of sales. Always, always, always. Write always down 3 times. Always, always, always agree. Always, always, always agree with your client. And this is just the most basic fundamental. If you can't get this right, you're not going to become rich in sales. Agreement is the way that you control the sales process. Whoever has the most agreement is the one who's going to control the process. Right? Think about it at home. How many of you are in relationships? You have a spouse, or right? And then the spouse says something like, what's something that you guys fight about? Danny, you got a spouse. What's something that you guys fight about at home? Like
Uh,
he doesn't like this.
I guess like household stuff.
Like
Like chores. So like
chores. Like he
cleaning.
doesn't like to take out the trash.
Sure.
Okay,
As an example.
is that real?
No, not really.
Okay, what is it?
Um, dishes.
He doesn't like to do the dishes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so what happens when you're like, "Hey babe, can you do the dishes?" What happens? What does he do? I don't like doing the dishes. Uh, is it something like that, or like what happens?
I mean, typically he's down to do it. He's like, well, can you do it? I guess.
Got it. Okay, good. So, but he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I want you to do it." And there's like this little bit of conflict, right? And then what do you say to him?
Um, okay, sure, but can you fold the clothes?
So where's the argument? Like where's the non where do you guys not get along? Because that's just a negotiation.
Really thinking. I
Is he
mean,
in the room with you right now? You can't really talk in front of him?
no, it's fine. We
Oh,
just don't
okay.
really argue that much.
Got it. Well, why'd you
But we
raise?
can, well, I raised my hand because I had a spouse.
Okay. Is there any time where you guys don't agree about something?
Definitely.
Has he ever said you work too hard?
Um, I'll probably say for him, like, hey, I need more quality time.
Ah, okay, good. So, and then he's got some excuse like I work or I've got to do this or I've got to do that, and there's other things going on, right? If you were to say, but I'm the girlfriend or I'm the wife, and this is why you owe, like it probably isn't going to work out very well, right?
Yeah.
But if you said this, I understand, I'm with you, I get it. I knew you were busy before you did. That's why I need more quality time. The fact that you're busy and you have a lot going on, that wouldn't stop you from spending more quality time with me, would it?
Mm.
The person who's in control, because my wife and I had this problem where I hate doing the dishes and I hate taking the trash out. That's why I hired her a maid, but there's still some times where I've got to help out and do those things. Well, she likes to ask me to do 2 things at the same time. I'm literally doing the dishes, and then she says, "Hey, can you take the trash out?" And I'm like, "Babe, come on. I'm doing the dishes right now. I'll take the trash out later." Well, she got into Cardone University and she started training on it. And she all of a sudden, instead of, she's Colombian, so instead of the fire, the forest fire that burns, she said, "I'm with you. I understand. That wouldn't stop you from taking the trash out when you can, would it?" And I looked at her like, "Oh, she's training. She's training in sales." And there was nothing I could do except what she wanted. So now there are no arguments in our house. The contest is who can make the other person right. Because the person who makes the other person more right is the person who's going to win and have the control. So if somebody says, I only want to do the 1,000, or I don't have the money, or the price is too high. And you're like, oh, really? Well, I can see, instead of, I understand, everybody repeat after me. I got it.
I got
I
it.
got it.
Now,
I
I didn't
got it.
say, I got it. I said, I got it.
I got
Got
it.
it.
I'm with you.
I'm
I'm
with
with
you.
you.
Here's going to be a tough one for you. You're right.
You're right.
You're
You're,
right.
you're right.
You're
Okay.
right.
I know what the homework is going to be. Alexis, I understand the homework now. Here's the homework for everyone on this call. Your homework is you have to agree with everyone for 24 hours. Somebody says the price is too high. You're going to say, I know the price is too high. I knew it before you did. When I paid $5,000 for this course, I was like, dang, that's a lot of money. What card would you like to use? You have to agree with them. Now that means 24 straight hours. That means when you get home, you have to agree with the boyfriend and the husband on whatever they say. That's where the real difficulty comes in. Because that means that you might not be right. But the question is, do you want to be paid or do you want to be right? In the chat, write which one do you want? You want to be paid or do you want to be right? All right, you're all saying you want to be paid, but that means you're going to be wrong all day long. Okay? So Sydney, let's get back to this. You're going to agree with me. Whatever I say, doesn't matter what I say. In fact,
Okay.
let's do the agreement drill right now. All you can do right now is agree with everything I'm about to say. This is a drill that you guys should do each morning. Ready? Start. Ask me to purchase something from you, Sydney.
Okay, so with everything we talked about, it's a one-time investment of 5K. Would you want to use credit or debit?
Price is too high.
Totally get that. I thought the same thing when I joined.
Yeah, I want to wait.
I would want to wait too. That's what I thought when I first jumped into this.
You're a pushy salesperson.
I mean, you know what? I have to agree with you on that one. That's true.
I would never do business with you.
Totally. I can understand that.
Okay, pass. Good job. You all, I was like for a second there, and you're like, okay, good. Now I want you to continue with that. But now I want to find out how you're going to go agree. And then the second piece would be the acknowledgement. And then the third piece would be transition. So let's do it one more time. So just say it's $5,000. Have you seen enough to make a decision?
Okay. It's $5,000. Have you seen enough to make a decision?
Ooh, yeah, but let me get through with what I already purchased. I just want to get my feet wet.
Totally get that. I agree. What makes you say that?
Okay, good. So that was a question instead of a acknowledgement, or acknowledge and then transition. So let's turn it right now because we're in the close. And if you're taking a note, you want to write this down. Once you're in the close, you're not going to go back to selling. You're going to sell with emotion and you close with logic.
Okay.
And you need a complete ammunition, like multiple ammunition to handle the closes. So let's reverse it, okay? And I'm the salesperson now, okay? And you just give me the same thing. I want to get my feet wet with $1,000. All right.
Okay.
So Sydney, it's $5,000. What card have you seen enough to make a decision?
Ooh, I want to join, but I think I'd rather just get my feet wet and go for the program first.
That's the right thing to do. I love people when they say they want to get the feet wet. You're right. I understand. I get it. And I feel the same way. But when you're learning to swim, you can get your toe wet. You can dip your toe in the water, or you can jump into the deep end. One way you're guaranteed to learn how to swim. How about we jump into the deep end and get you exactly what you need, what you want to get where you want to go? What card do we want to use for the 5,000?
That's really good. It's brilliant. Very, very, yeah. That's the way to do it.
So and maybe that works. Like that would work with Sydney, right? Like, because it makes sense. You had swimming lessons before?
Yes.
Yeah. You can dip your toe in the water. Either way, you're going to get cold. One way you're going to learn how to swim, and you're not buying this to get cold. You're buying this to learn how to swim. Let's roll. So, but also there's a lot that goes along with it. There's a lot of confidence, there's certainty, there's drilling, there's practicing, there's rehearsing, there's getting the content, there's discipline. And the only way you're going to do all of that is if you have goals and targets that that pale in comparison to the excuses and justifications that are going to get in your way from having this much discipline in your life. So anyway, that's a small example of what we do here every single day at Grant Cardone's office. Let me open it up to some questions. What questions do you guys have for me? Yes, Megan.
So I, so we told you like a little bit about what our pitch was when we met you the other day. So there's like a job board and there's this and there's that. So as I'm pitching, like after every service, I kind of stop and like have them be like, "Oh, that's awesome," or like, "Do you get what that means?" And they're like, "That's great." So at the end, I say, before I give the price, I say, so for you, like, do you think that's something that would benefit you? Like, which part of that excites you the most? And then they start telling me like, "Oh, I love the job board or this and that." So then I don't say like, "Did you hear enough to make a decision?" Because they're telling me before I tell them how much it is that they want to do it. And
Mhm.
then I say like the price. So it's always it's always because of the price, but then they'll go back to saying like, "I want to go through it first." Would you still just go about it the same way? Like even
I
if
would,
they said
I,
yes before you said the price?
yeah, I would give them the price up front. The price would be the very first thing of the, as soon as I do the fact finding, the beginning of the demo, I would give the price. I don't know that goes against everything you guys are doing, but that's usually the first thing that we would change if we work together. It's $5,000. Now let me show you the benefit.
Hmm.
Because here's why. Because the mind needs to grab onto something. If I told you guys this, Cardone University comes with 8,000 virtual sales lessons. You get a live coach every single week. You get daily role play with the top producers. You get accountability, discipline, and you're going to learn everything in sales. It took me from being a high school dropout to becoming a millionaire. What question is in your head right now after I just gave you all of that information?
How
How
much
much
is
does
it?
it cost?
Oh, shit, you guys all had the same question. So you're not even focused on what my value is. You're focused on what's the price. And you're adding it up in your head, and your head is busy doing all of this when I don't want it to do that. I want your attention. If you're taking notes, write this down. Money follows attention. If I don't have your attention, if you're not focused on the value and you're focused on what's the price, tell me the price, what's the price, then I don't have your attention and your money is not going to follow. So I would start your pitch. As soon as I find out their wants and their needs and why they want and need it, I would go, good. What I'm about to show you is $5,000. We have a few different options. Let me show you exactly what the best option is for you. So the $5,000 is out there. First thing, when you bought your Dior purse, what's the first thing you looked at?
Mm, I mean, I guess the price probably.
Yeah. When you go to
Is-
Amazon, what's the first thing you look at? Boom, there's the price. When you go buy carrots, how much is it? The price. You don't have somebody come by and tell you all the benefits of carrots. You're like, dang, it's $5. All right, cool. Give people the price. That's what they want anyway. And if somebody can't, if they're like, oh, that, and they hang up on you, wouldn't it be better for them to hang up on you at the very beginning of the call and instead of spending 45 minutes with somebody who does not qualify to buy your product? So
yes.
that's the first thing I would do. I know Alexis is like, I'm taking notes. Dave's making me stop this. No refunds. Change the price. I'm just giving you what we would do. That's all. And then what I would do, Meg, is here's the price. And after each time you give a benefit of a certain feature or advantage, I would ask them to purchase after each one. I wouldn't load them up with all of them. I would say, here's the first feature. You get this, this, and this. Is this the benefit? Have you seen enough to make a decision? Because they only need one thing to purchase. They don't need all of the things. It's 5 grand. Here's one thing. Did you see enough? No. Great. Thank you for letting me continue with my presentation. And then again, and maybe it's on the third feature where they're like, yeah, that's enough. Great. We're going to add everything else in for free. You're going to pay 5 grand for this one piece. Everything else is free because that's all they're actually paying for.
I would be nervous that some of these girls would check out as soon as we set a price of something and not even care what we had to say. Because
they would be like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything else for 5,000." Like I feel like if they're super sold on it before they hear the price, sometimes they're like, "Oh, I really want to do it," and then they're just iffy about spending that much, and it's almost easier to like get them over the line.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm just telling you the way Grant Cardone would do it. He's a billionaire, and that's the way he's because that's the way people buy. But you're afraid of something that you haven't done yet.
Yeah, worth.
So the fear, if you're taking notes, you want to write this down. Fear is the indicator to move forward. Fear is the indicator. It's your body saying you should be doing it. Fear is the indicator to move towards something. Now, when Sydney was like, it's $4,000 for a purse, Sydney, did you check out?
Yes.
You checked, no, not did you
Oh.
purchase it? Did you mentally like $4,000, let's go? No, when you saw
Um,
it was $4,000, were you mentally checked out or were you like, oh, how fast can I get it? Or what does it come with? Or what happened?
well, I did my research beforehand, and then I already made a decision, and I was like, when I got there, I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm getting. That's it.
Megan, when was the last time you spent $5,000?
Mm, for HLC.
For what?
For this, I bought this before I ended up working for them.
Okay. When you heard it was $5,000, did you
Maybe
check
that's
out?
I don't know. I can't think of it, but
Really?
that's a
You
ton.
haven't taken it for anything or bought a car or nothing?
Actually, I just bought a car, yeah.
What'd you buy?
An Acura ADX,
Ooh, how much was it?
like 30 some thousand dollars.
That's 6 times more than what you pay right now for what you're selling. So that's a high ticket item. When they told you it was $30,000, did you check out? Or were you more
Oh
like,
no, I was
what do I
prepared.
get? Exactly.
I was shopping around.
Yeah, same thing that your girls are doing when they come to you. They're how you purchase from others is the way others will purchase from you. Just because you're afraid to do it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Probably means that you should do it. Because that would avoid the problem that you asked me. Well, how do I avoid this? Avoid it by giving them the price up front.
Yeah, he was actually the salesperson. He was really trying to like give me all the different options of cars, and I'm like, just give me like the payment of each of them. Like just give me the payment of the options so that I can see which one I like. And it was all about like the numbers for me. And he
Yeah,
was really trying to like, show me the features on all the cars before giving me the payment. And
because he's afraid of it. The only reason you wouldn't want to give price up front is if you don't think your product is worth $5,000. If you think your product is worth 50,000, would it be easier to say it's 5,000?
yes,
So how much do you think that your product and service is worth?
$1
It
million dollars.
should be easy for you to say it's 5,000. What do you guys like best about what we went over today?
Agreeing straight away.
Why is that? Why do you like that?
Because it's the tonality. Because I agree, but I say, oh, totally get it. But I don't have that t tone that you had, which is, I agree on that. Totally. I completely get that. Or you're right. You are right. I liked how certain it was because I have agreed and I always agree when I do get an objection, but it's the tonality that I prefer the way you did it. So that was the
Confidence.
biggest, yeah.
Certainty and confidence is what's going to win the sale. Thank you. Danny Jackson, what did you like best about today?
I think asking for the close. Yeah.
That's what a closer would like the most. I like that. McKenna,
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much, Dave. I love the fact that you are encouraging us to drop the price first. I would have never thought of that, but that's exactly how we all buy, and it eliminates them thinking and guessing about what the price is at the end. So I definitely want to try that out. So thank you so much.
you're welcome. Jeray,
Yeah, I agree with McKenna. I think showing the value up front and not backing down because you know that your product is worth that price. So,
yeah. How much is a Birkin bag?
30 wax.
Yeah, I don't even know what color it is yet, but you know the price. Tony Ann, what do you like best about today?
Your mic's off.
Now the camera's off. Megan, what do you like best about today?
I have another question, if you don't mind.
Okay, right ahead.
So let's say we do
Hold on
drop.
one second. See, this is the thing about constant lifelong learners. They're like, I need more information, more information, more information. It's fantastic. Go ahead, Megan.
So if we do drop the price and then we say like, now I want to tell you about this service, and what if they're like, oh, I don't want to hear it. Like, I know I can't afford that today. Like, how do you get them to want to hear what you have to offer?
What if they say this? $5,000, that's less than I thought. Then what do you do?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So you're asking me what ifs? I'm just going to ask your what if with a follow-up what if. What if it all works out? What if I set my targets to be huge, giant targets? And what if my discipline is in and I learn what to say and what to do? And what if I hit all my targets? What if that happens? Where's your focus? Is your focus on what if something bad happens, or is your focus on what if something great happens?
But do you ever have anyone that says, if you drop a price that says they're not interested in hearing it,
Yeah.
and then you just re-question like, why are you not interested in hearing it? And then you just
No.
go,
I just say I understand. I get it. Honestly, that doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen. And by the way, I'm not selling a $5,000 program. I'm selling a $45,000 program. And the first thing I tell somebody is it's a $45,000 program. There's different options. You can do anywhere from $37,000 to $90,000. I closed a $90,000 decision this morning. He was like, "Oh wow, that's less than I thought it was going to be." If you have a problem with if your clients are having a problem with $5,000, it's because you have a problem with $5,000. If you think $5,000, how many of you think $5,000 is a lot of money? Okay. I want you to look around right now. Just look outside. Alexis, do we still have a few more minutes?
Yeah.
I want everybody to look outside. Everybody has a window, right? I just want you to look outside. Do you see a building? Does anybody see a building where they are? A house, a building, right? How many windows are in there? And how much did just the glass cost in that building? Somebody throw out a number.
Maybe like 100 grand.
Yeah? How much was the concrete?
Like we're just girls.
150
Whoa,
grand.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Who just said that?
I said that.
Who said we're
Me?
just girls?
Me,
Oh,
I said that. I don't know how much
Alexis.
the price of concrete is.
Take a guess. We're just girls? That's not allowed. My daughter will never say that. My daughter would say, "My name is Ariel Robards and I can do anything." She will never say, "I'm just a girl." I'm a woman. I can do things that men can't do. I'm a girl. I provide life to planet Earth.
That's true.
Right? So make it up. Just take a guess.
10K.
Okay. How many cars are driving down your street? Or if you're in a neighborhood, how many cars are parked on your street right now, not even being used?
Oh, I don't
A
have
lot.
probably 100.
How much does each car cost?
30K. Yeah.
Okay, so that's $3 million. And they're not even being driven right now. And that's just your block. Now think about all the blocks in America and Dubai and China and India. You think $5,000 is a lot of money? There's people that spend that on breakfast.
Oh, yes.
There is no shortage of money. The what? 10 a.m. on Friday. 10 a.m. on Friday. There is no shortage of money. The only shortage is daily trained professional salespeople who know how to go get the money. That's the only shortage. And so if you are training people in how to get money, you need to be trained on how to get money. And know that you need to start talking, you need to talk to these ladies like, bro, how many of you have $5,000 worth of shoes in your closet right now?
Mm-mm.
Yeah? You're not even wearing them. They're just sitting there getting old. How many of you have $5,000 worth of watches or dresses or clothes? Yeah?
Yeah.
You're only wearing one of the piece of clothing. You're not even using the rest of it. You spent money on it and you're not using it. How many of you live in a house or an apartment with more than one bathroom? Why? You can only use one at a time. That's how much money you have. You have so much money that you can have two of something and you're not even using either one of them right now. So another piece of homework along with the role play of agreement is you need to start looking at all the money that's around you and realize how little 5,000 is, how little 50,000 is, how little 5 million is. You can't even do anything fun for 50 grand. You can't buy a really cool car for 50 grand. You can't buy an apartment building for 50 grand. You can't even get an investment property for 50 grand. It's no money. You could take $10 million out of the world's economy, and it would be like going to the Atlantic Ocean in Miami with two styrofoam cups and dipping them into the water and thinking you did something to the ocean. So inside Cardone University, there's actually a wealth creation formula that got me thinking. Before I used to think, the first time I heard Grant say 6 grand is no money, I'm like, bro, maybe to you, but to me, it's a lot of money. To me, it was a lot of money. That's why it was hard for me to ask somebody else for it. But Megan, you just spent 30 grand. Easy for you to ask for 5 grand. You spent 5 grand on a purse and you're not even using it right now. And you're going to be afraid to get it hurt. That's how little that money is. Jam, what'd you like best about today?
I like the question of have you seen enough to make a decision?
And I like that question too. All right, boss. What did you like best about today?
What I liked best about today is just changing the structure of our pitch because yeah, just same with what Kenna and Jure said. I think if we were to just like upfront, hey, like this is 5K, it would be easier for the buyer to like follow and track everything else because otherwise they're not listening to anything that we have. They're just waiting for the price drop. Question for you though, Dave. So you said that we would obviously like get through the intro, get through the fact finding, and then once we do get into the close, that's whenever we just drop the price, right?
So it would be greeting. The purpose of the greeting is to put the buyer at ease. And I'm not spending more than 12 seconds on the greeting. Then I'm transition into fact finding. The purpose of fact finding is to find out what does the buyer want, what does the buyer need, and why do they want and need it? And I have very specific questions that I can ask somebody to find out within 2 to 3 questions exactly what they want and need. Then at that point, I'm going to give them the price I'm going to give them my intention. My name is Megan, and my intention is to solve your problem and get you signed up on our program in the next 12 minutes. The price is going to be $5,000. Now let me show you what you get. You see how I'm not spending any time on it? I don't have any considerations on the fact that my intentions to earn your business. It's going to be 5 grand. Let me show you how you get it. That takes 3 seconds because I don't have anything on it. They're not going to have anything on it. They're going to follow my lead because of my confidence and certainty. Once I go through the demo where I'm showing them the features, the advantages, and the benefits, then I ask, have you seen enough to make a decision? Then they're going to say no, and then I continue with my presentation, or yes, and they have an objection. And I either close or handle the objection. It's the same 5-step process over and over and over again to get everything. And how good you are at that 5-step process will determine how well your life is, because everything in life is a sale. Everything in life is a sale. Even if you want to buy a house, you have to sell the bank on lending you money. Have you guys ever seen like a really beautiful woman with like a below average guy?
Yeah. A lot here in Miami.
That's a great salesman. You guys understand that? That is a great salesman. And some might say, oh, well, for his money. Yeah, he's got money because he's a great salesman. Absolutely. Oh, she's a gold digger. She should be a gold digger. Wait, that's exactly. She should be going after she should be helping him dig for the gold. My wife's a gold digger. I'm proud of it. Think she's going to end up with somebody who's not successful? Mm-mm. Do you think you guys would benefit from having the same information that I have?
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing a 2-day workshop called the 10X Sales Workshop this Saturday and Sunday in Aventura. Alexis, would you be open to putting something together and bringing the whole team to Aventura this weekend, or at least who could come?
So everyone is virtual, except for Tony and Megan. But this weekend we have our students flying in, and then we're having a training with all of them on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You have an
Um,
event. You have your
yeah,
big event. Okay.
that's why I said Aria will go to the marketing workshop, but I can't come because I have to do that.
And then you have an upsell, so your salespeople are going to be there doing the upsell to the clients that are coming in.
No, I don't have an upsell. It's just fulfillment. I know. Something that we learned at the 10X conference is that we don't have a nearly as high value ladder. Like our value ladder stops at 20K, and then you guys do such a good
Yeah.
job with your value ladder. Yeah.
All right, Alexis, you and I need to sit down and see what's next. Can you pull your
Yeah.
calendar up?
Oh, I don't use my calendar a lot, and I need to.
Who
But
is there somebody on here that does use your calendar? Oh,
does
go ahead.
anybody?
You go ahead and pull your calendar up.
Okay.
Let me know when you have a 30-minute. Do you have 30 minutes tomorrow afternoon?
Yes, I have 12 p.m. This is me right here.
12? Is that tomorrow? Okay, then you're
Yeah.
pretty slammed. How about uh the 22nd in the afternoon, like
Hold on,
two,
hold on.
three, four?
Let's do. Wait, hold on. I have an appointment. Oh my God, I gotta cancel this call.
Yep.
Here, I'm gonna end. Let's do 2.
2 o'clock. Okay, good. And then I'm going to send this over to you. Now, is there anyone else besides yourself that would need to be on that call for a final decision make moving forward with anything?
Shamir and Aria. They're yeah.
Shamir?
Jam.
Damn, right here.
Okay, Sham. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to send the invite, and then you can add Sham and I'll put Aria on it too. Is there any reason except for like a zombie apocalypse that you wouldn't be able to make that call at 2 o'clock on Thursday?
I did make plans with a girlfriend, but I can just reschedule her.
I guarantee I will make you more money than that girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. I bet you will. Yeah. I'll
Okay,
push her
good.
back.
All right, good. Excellent. And my intention on that call would to to understand exactly what you want, what you need, and then get you the program that's going to solve the problems that the not the problems, but the opportunities that are being missed right
Okay.
now. So that's the 21st at 2 o'clock.
21st. No, 22nd.
22nd. Okay, good. That's right. Thursday. Now, how many of you like the way I locked that appointment
I
down?
was about to say that. I was literally like typing that.
Agree.
All of that, by the way, is inside Cardone University. Exactly what to say. And we go over that in the sales workshop. All right, guys. Oh, last thing. I promise it is the last thing. I want to connect with you guys. This is my Instagram right here. If you guys want to put your camera over that QR code and then hit a follow, you guys can see that I'm a real guy. I do live sales meetings, so you can join those. You can ask me questions. I'd love to hear any successes from anything that we had, like Megan's huge success, just that, and that was just one thing. So as long as you've got that. And Alexis, you want to say anything before I let everybody go?
No, I really just wanted to thank you so much, Dave, for your time. That was like so incredibly valuable. I already have plans of getting everybody on GCU. We actually just did our first ever like all hands meeting, our 15-minute meeting this morning, and it was so
Yeah.
fun. It was so good. So yeah, I just look forward to continuing to grow and learn and implement more things the 10X way.
Fantastic. I will help you with that. I'll see you on Thursday. And listen, with everything that you do in life, you have two choices. One choice is to be average and just do what everybody else is doing. The other choice is to go for greatness. Greatness is the every only thing that will ever truly pay you. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for your time. Looking forward to working with you. Be
Thanks,
great.
Dave. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Dave.
Bye.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye.